My name is Nadina Barnes, and I'm blessed to be able to stay home and play with my fiber and fabrics. I just have this beautiful room full of light and lots of fabrics, and I get to play in here all the time. I just work in the realm of fiber all the time, and that's the thing that stays the same, and everything else is changing around it. I love the texture of fabrics. I like to recycle. So I'm always buying fabric and dyeing it and changing it and over dyeing it. And I buy clothes that are not so beautiful but are wonderful fabrics. It bothers me how much gets thrown away, what people throw away. So I'm always trying to think of something different to do with the fabrics. What happens is I find a piece of fabric and it talks to me and tells me I want to be this or I want to be that. I like to design things, but I don't want to put in a lot of work into making clothing from the beginning to the end. I like to put in the work to making the color change and the illusion of the whole thing. I make purses, I make clothing, I make costumes, I make dolls, I make jewelry, I make hats, I make quilts. I like that I can put my stuff all around me and work on something for a little while and work for something else in a little while and get my ideas going. I've been in Abiquiu about 23, 24 years, and it's just a very spiritual place. What's special about Abiquiu and this place, the way the colors change all the time. I find myself blending colors. I like my colors to flow together, and I like my colors to change from one color to another. And I feel like that's connected to nature and connected to the river, and living next to the river, that there's a flow to it. Like when I dye silks, I have a thing I call subsequent dyeing, where I'll start with one color like yellow, and then I'll add a little orange, and then I'll add a little darker red, and then I'll make it really dark red, and then from there maybe I'll go to purple. And I just can keep the pot going and keep changing color, changing color, changing color. And it's the same way outside. So when I work with my colors, I'm usually dyeing my fabrics 2 or 3 times. I'm trying to get a nature look. I'm scrunching things up and doing weird things to them to make them look like rocks. I'm not copying nature, I'm not drawing pictures of the landscape, but I'm getting the look of a rock or the look of the branch or the look of the ground or the color of the green that's outside. So the way I'm making my petroglyph scarves is I'm dyeing them so that they look natural and have dark places and light places, and I'm scrunching them and moving them and working on them, and then removing the color with discharge. It feels like it's the same technique. I've got silk with the color removed, and then there's rock with the color removed. And so there's a connection there. It's a connection to somebody who was here using the similar process, looking at the same colors, being inspired by the same thing. And I love the feeling there of the history and the connectedness. I'm just very blessed to sort of be able to let the place work on me.